Hello, everyone. It has been confirmed that Apollo Legend has ended his life, and I feel like I'm going to get some people asking me why I was mentioned in any capacity with this situation. So 2 years ago, almost to the day, as it turns out, I made a video about something Apollo Legend did. I had 2,600 subscribers. He had almost 200,000. But I was so disgusted by a video where he came out criticizing a charity organization for disassociating with a white supremacist, white nationalist. Not only did he criticize the charity for disassociating with this person, but he did not inform his audience of the evidence that led to this conclusion, and so presented it as if, oh, people just calling this person names, it's nothing really. When in reality, like, years of logs from this Discord were released talking about the inferiority, the inferiority of blacks, how the Jews run everything, we should have a white society and whatnot. It was not that garbage you see on Twitter where everyone calls everyone a Nazi, saying this person was legitimately a white supremacist, white nationalist, depending upon what term you want to use. I found this so disgusting, and a lot of people did. There were a lot of comments calling him out for this, but there were also an amazing amount of comments saying this person did nothing wrong, Apollo did nothing wrong. And so, as small as a content creator as I was, I said on stream that day, wrote a script explaining how horrendous I find these actions to be. Since that day, Apollo Legend never acknowledged to any significant degree this criticism. And over the time since that video, just more and more amazingly hate-filled, disgusting comments continue to dominate that video until he unlisted it. I don't know how long ago, maybe 6 months. Even when my video released, it had something like only like a 65% like ratio. So bombarded was I with Apollo Legend and the people who thought like him and the person who he was trying to defend. So for the next year and a half, I had never heard Apollo Legend acknowledge that I existed at all. I had never spoken to him. I had not acknowledged him since. But 6 months ago, someone who I cared about deeply killed themselves. For those who were there around the time, you would know how much I was affected by Rekful's death and how long I took off streaming, which is very unusual for me, as you probably know, just because I didn't want to face people talking about it or asking me about it. Rekful and I were very alike. I saw him often as being a more extreme version of myself, my flaws and my positives. You never really know a content creator, but in my dark times, I took solace. Knowing Rekful was out there, succeeding, despite his problems, made me believe I could too. So when he killed himself, obviously that affected me a lot. A lot. So how does this relate to Apollo Legend? 6 months ago, we had our second ever interaction when, just after I saw on Twitter that I need time off, I need to cool down, I need to get away from it all because of Rekful's suicide, Apollo decides to flame me on Twitter, call me out because someone told him that I had committed a heinous crime. Was there any evidence of this? Did he ask me about it? Did he talk about it? No. He presented this insane narrative that I was using this other guy's work and I was refusing to pay him, called me a cheat, a dishonest person, said people like me should be shown to the public. All my anger and sadness came out in the level of disgust that I had that he would attack me at that point, at my weakest moments. So I made videos showing that what he is saying was wrong, that he lied, that he at least very least misled. $33 to flame me on fucking Twitter, to get himself involved in what even isn't even drama, because it happened like a week ago that this guy thought he deserved $33, despite not completing the work. It was a non-story. But Apollo Legend had passionately hated me for a year and a half because I called him out for defending a white supremacist, or at the very least, not allowing his audience to see the evidence of why this person was disassociated with the charity. He's hated me since then So I pointed out that what Apollo was doing was scummy, and my language was very over the top, understandable given the suffering that I was going through, that Apollo seemed incredibly indifferent about. But why am I telling you this all now? That was 6 months ago. How could that be relevant now to Apollo Legends' suicide? Apollo Legends released a video where he talked about the issues that he was going through, his physical, mental issues in and out of hospital, the money he owes in regards to taxes. While he said in the video that no online petty stuff was the reason why he did what he did, he took that one last moment to write a description of the video where he said, "Thanks Dark Viper and Easyscape for giving me the push that I needed." And he thanked Keemstar for being a good friend. That certainly sounds like the Apollo legend that I came to know in the small way that I knew him over the past 2 years. Of course, understandably, my videos will now receive endless amounts of dislikes, hate-filled comments, as I imagine Easyscapes will as well. It is never a good thing when a person takes their own life before their time. I know what it's like to have someone you care about take their own life. If you had positive experiences with the Apollo Legends and you are now feeling the hurt, similar hurt to what I felt when Rekful died, I pity you. I'm sorry for that. His family as well, I'm sorry for your loss. I would not wish upon anyone a life so full of sadness, problems that you feel like you can't overcome, where you take your own life. It's a terrible thing. I can sincerely say that I wish Apollo had found happiness and health in life. In my darkest moments in my life, I would always say to myself, my goal is to be happy, not dead. I can't be happy when I'm dead. Life can always get better. There are happy people out there. If they can be happy, you can too, you know?